So you guys, this is Xenophobia. It's making headlines all over Africa, all over America, like I think across the world. But guys, this Xenophobia, it's not the first time it happened. It happened, I think, few years ago, like that. Like South Africans were killing other African immigrants, like Africans from Zimbabwe, from Zambia, from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Somalia, from Ethiopia, from Kenya. So pretty much they were killing anybody that they noticed it was an immigrant. So other than that, Africa has a beautiful country. Africa has so much to explore. Africa it's growing. People are saying it's the future. Okay, that's nice. But the most important thing, we need to start loving each other and then stop this hate, wars, violence, killings, xenophobia, and then vote people that we think they are going to make a difference. People who are going to work for the country, to unite the people, to make a change, not the people to create like a conflict and division between people. So we all deserve to live and then live our life to the fullest potential. So go ahead and post in your page and say like, stop with xenophobia, no to xenophobia, it's not accepted, and enough, it's enough. Guys, hello, welcome to OliveOllichat or RC sections. And yes, today I'm back with another sad topic. I'm done with another very disturbing topic. It's really a shameful topic. Yeah, I am going to talk about xenophobia that is happening in South Africa. And you guys, as you can tell, it's a night time, and but I just got time today, but I was like, you know what, I have to speak about these issues right now before it's too late, and just like voice my opinions out there and share these things with you guys. And yes, of course, I know a lot of you already know about this. It's been trending on social media. A lot of people are openly speaking about it. A lot of Africans are tweeting about it, are like posting about it on their social media page. It's been like outraged, and yeah, I'm here to talk about it. So you guys, this is xenophobia. It's making headlines all over Africa, all over America, like I think across the world. But guys, this xenophobia, it's not the first time it happened. It happened, I think, few years ago, like that. Like South Africans were killing other African immigrants, like Africans from Zimbabwe, from Zambia, from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Somalia, from Ethiopia, from Kenya. So pretty much they were killing anybody that they noticed it was an immigrant. So they are pretty much killing these people with an excuse, saying that these people are taking their jobs. These people are pretty much taking their job. They are not able to find a job because of immigrants, the foreigners, the African foreigners who is in their country. So they are just kidding everybody and everyone, like burning their stores, burning their cars, like burning people, like stoning people, like stabbing people. Like it's been crazy. So it's been crazy to the point where people are saying like this is not normal. Like to the point where I think Nigerian government it's going to rescue Nigerians in South Africa. I think they say they are sending the airplane to rescue people who want to go back home. So want to back home to Nigeria. So this is crazy. This is a shame. This is, I don't even know how to explain this, but it's very sad to see like another human killing another human. To see Africans, black people killing one another. Like this is, it's very sad. So you guys, people are saying like people might notice that I noticed this couple days ago that foreigners are dying in South Africa, but people saying like this is didn't since the last xenophobia, the killings didn't stop. This has been going on for a few years, like way like people are being killed, kidnapped every day, like so it's been going on. It's just that people hesitant to speak about it. This has just happened. To go public, like people to make headlines, but people been dying like for the past few years since the last xenophobia, which is like very disturbing. So a lot of like Africans and black people are saying like, why attacking Africans and um other African foreigners, black people like you, but not attacking other non-black people like the Indians or the white people or the Chinese who live in South Africa. So why? Like, do you think those are not foreigners then? Since your excuse, it's saying that it's foreigners are taking your job. So why killing just black people? So pretty much people are like complaining about it, saying like, even black foreigners in South Africa doesn't have the wealth. They don't own the majority of the wealth. They're saying that South Africans are very poor because most of them pretty much are lazy. They don't like to work or they don't like to go to school and obtain skills to be able to do higher jobs or to be hired in higher positions. But then people are saying like pretty much the South African wealth, it's 85% it's owned by white people, and other 15% is owned by the government, and other 5% is owned by the South Africans. So and they're saying like pretty much the South Africans are up to almost like a 50 million population, but the foreign doesn't even make up to like a of 10 million population. They're saying like the South African are still the majority. So why complaining, saying like foreigners are taking over, when why it's like you guys still the most majority in the country? But the other said thing is that they say the like a 5% of white people they own the 85% of the world, while the other 85% of South African pretty much only like 5% of the world. So they say like it's very embarrassed. And then it also mentioned how even the African foreigners, the black foreigners, doesn't really own the wealth in South Africa. It's just like people who are trying to survive. People who are just like owning those like very average businesses to survive and to make a living. It's they're not that wealthy. So pretty much people are saying like going out and killing people, it's not gonna solve anything. It's about like facing what the light issues, who is the light issues, and it's not about going out and killing them. It's all about going and asking for equality, for respect between people and other people. So pretty much Africans, black people are not happy about it, about how South Africans are treating other black people. And so, you guys, the world is not happy about it. Africans are not happy about it. Black people are not happy about it. They are saying like that this is not fair. If South African is going to treat other Africans like this, then other South Africans in other African countries are going to face the consequences, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen where we letting people being killed on a daily basis, like just watching like that and not do anything. This is going it's not going to be tolerated. So if they want to keep their country and they stay there where they're not going to be able to pass any borders, then that's they're gonna be understandable. But if they want to continue killing people, but then they want to move in other countries and passing borders, that it's not going to happen. So Africans are very against about it, and they are really like speaking up. And then this is like actually like the history making where Africans are like you know more of them like speaking in one voice, saying like enough is enough, this is has to stop, like this is not tolerable. It's not fair. It has to end. So like they are, pretty much everyone and everybody is really protesting about it, saying like, this killing has to stop. So another people who are really mad and angry about it are Nigerians, because they say the majority of people who are being killed are Nigerians. So in Nigeria, people are protesting and starting going to South African businesses and like burning them, like stoning them and stuff. Saying like, if you guys are going to treat it so bad like that in your country, then you have to do the same in our country. We let you guys come in our country, start businesses, and your businesses are one of the most successful businesses in our countries. We support you guys, but then you have to treat us like that. So they really angry, and they want to do the same, like, and start like maybe killing people too, like killing the South Africans, things like they are saying like they are saying pretty much like we are giving just 7 days Nigerians to move out of our country. We don't want you guys, just like you don't want us. And this is very sad to see this happening between African countries. We didn't have to go that far. Like this didn't have to happen, but for real, it's very sad. Like seriously, I feel like this whole issues and problem we faces, they all starting from the leadership. Like they all starting from the government, those people in the higher positions and in the higher power. So if you have a leader who is not doing their job, who is not protecting the civilians, who is not protecting the country, who is not working for the people, then what do you think is gonna happen? When you have these leaders who are dictators, who just wanna learn in the dictatorship, like that, then what do you expect? When you have leaders who just want, who's in the government, who's in the seats, in the power for themselves, but not for the civilians, not for people, what do you expect? When you have leaders who don't care about the the people, what do you expect? When you have leaders who kills civilians on day-to-day basis, what do you expect? When you have a leaders who doesn't listen to his people, what do you expect? So it's all this bad and issues we get, it all comes from people. When you have a leaders who encourages discrimination, who encourages hate between the people, what do you expect? When you have a leader who is working to divide the country, not uniting the country, not making the country stronger, not working to put to get to unite the country, like then what do you expect? So all these issues started from the people who are our leaders, the people who have those higher positions, who are in power, who is able to change things how they want it. So that's where it comes from. But if we have a people who are like who are our leaders and are doing their best job to protect the people, to unite the people, to work for the people, then we won't face these issues. But you know, the leaders we are, they just crazy. They just, I don't know if they lead us. I think they just there to destroy. That's what it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not all African leaders who are bad, but the majority of them have this very close-minded mentality. The mentality of killing, the mentality of dividing people, the mentality of just like stealing, or the mentality of feeling like they are here on top here, like, and then other people don't matter, they are nothing. So then I think until we have leaders who are very open-minded, who are for the sake of the country, for the sake of people, to build the people in the country, to work for the people, then we're gonna still facing these issues. We have to really see who we are giving our votes, who we are putting those powerful seats. If it's not people who are going to lead us in a very long election. Like seriously, you have the people who are leaders, they call them leaders, but they go on the seat, in the office for over 20, over 15, 20, 25 years. Then you still calling those people the good leaders, the people to look up to. Who are you, crazy? this person just don't even want to give up the office because they probably stealing from the government, from the money that should be you know taking care of the children of the country. But then you still calling these people the father of your country. Why they don't even want to like share the power with other people? Like imagine, like I really feel like no leader should pass like 8 years. Like no leader should pass 8 years on the in the office, because we need like people who are like who have new ideas, who are have new minds, who have new skills, who see far away, like to go in office, like to we need like like a pretty much like the new energy in the office. But when you see like you have leaders who just want to like stay in the office, and then this then nothing changes, like the past 4 5 years, and the next 5 years, the next 5 years is still the same, then you'll be like, what's up? Then what do you expect? Like things will change in the country, things will like the new leaders will breathe the new energy in the country, like things will be better, and the people will start like looking each other like enemy. People will start like fighting for nonsenses, like yeah, like we need to really look people that we vote to be in the office, if they are doing their job, like the job that they signed up to do, the job that they supposed to do, because the leader is supposed to work for the people. They're not supposed to go there like flowers, the way they just showing up, like show up, like no, it's no, like that's why people, we need to wake up. Guys, I apologize first. I filmed this video, and I hopefully even you can see me well, I hope you can hear what I'm saying. But another thing that I want to say is that as African, like I even mentioned this before in other videos, if you guys follow me on my YouTube, you probably heard me saying this like or each country of Africa has its people in other different countries, either in African countries or outside of Africa, like in Europe, America, Asia, and stuff. So each and every country of Africa has its people outside of its country. So that's why I was saying, like, we should be treating each other with love and dignity and respect, and welcome each other in our country, and stop like discriminating each other, stop hating each other, stop like hitting each other. Like seriously, I feel like Africa have went through so much. Africa will have went through head and back. This time in the day, in the 2018, 19, and 21st century, it was not the time for us to start like doing the same thing that we didn't want other people to do for us. Most of the time we mention that, oh, like white people, they hate black people, white people, they really has done wrong for Africa. White people, like they discriminate, white people, they don't want us to go anywhere. Or non-black people, they just feel like they are better than us. Like Chinese people are taking over Africa, Indians are the ones who are having all the jobs in Africa. But then we get angry of these people, but then forgot that we actually do the worst to ourselves. We actually do the worst between ourselves. I feel like the most enemy of Africa is Africans. Like the person who hates Africa is Africans. The person who doesn't want Africa to succeed is Africans. The person who doesn't support other Africans is Africans. The person who doesn't want to go back to Africa is Africans. The person who feels like Africa it's nothing or it's inferior Africa, it's Africans. The person who doesn't want to unite, it's Africans. So until we see that the big issue it's ours, until we recognize that we are our own worst enemies, and until we recognize that we're the ones who hold ourselves back, then we're not gonna go anywhere. I feel like it's time that we should all recognize that, like hating each other, killing each other, creating wars and violence and stuff, it doesn't get us anywhere. It just holds us back, and then it just destroys us. But working together, loving each other, and uniting, It actually gives us power and it gives us energy to move forward, to progress, you know. So if we just like put aside our differences or those small things like countries, countries, colors, languages, tribes, and stuff like that, and put all those little differences aside and united and know that we are just one human, one black, one African. I'm telling you, African will reach far away. Africa will progress. Africa will develop just like elsewhere in the world and even more. Africa will be a powerful place. But because of us, we don't want that to happen. We keep fighting each other for nonsense, for nothing, you know, for real. Sometimes we even say that this issue of discrimination and xenophobia, it's just in South Africa, but this issue is not even just in South Africa. This issue, it's I think in every in each country of Africa, it's facing some sort of like a conflict where this conflict between people who doesn't want foreigners to come to their country, or conflict between different tribes and stuff like that, where the tribes don't want these people to go in the office, or this like a sort of those like a discrimination problems that Africa is facing. And I hope that Africans are gonna come to the realization that all this doesn't get us anywhere, just destroying our people, like holding us back and not moving forward, you know. So it's really time to realize that together we can accomplish so much, you know. So another time we might come here and be like, oh, white people, non-black people, Chinese people, Indian people, Hispanic people, they haters, they discriminators, they feel like they are above us here. They feel like we are stupid, they feel like we are ugly, they feel like we can't do anything. But yo, like, look, like I think a lot of Africans who live in outside of Africa in different countries, they are making it happen. They are making their dreams come true. They are achieving education. They are getting jobs. They are working, and they are feeding their families. They are being able to access to a quality health care and the stuff like that. You know, they are able to dream and achieve their dreams and live their fullest potential, than they will be in their own country. Where because in Africa, if you're there and then maybe they people starting to see that you are moving forward, you are building yourself up, you are going somewhere, you are achieving things, you know, they're the ones who start like you know, hate on you or not even support you or even kill you, you know, because Africa it's not that secure, you know, there's no security like other countries. You know, don't get me wrong, even in other countries in the West, you know, it has its own problems. Of course, it's not a paradise, you know, there's difficulties and stuff. But at least when you compare to Africa, there is so much advantage, like there's so much like the good things in the West than Africa, you know. And don't get me wrong, that people who see far away, they are saying that Africa is going to be the future. Africa, like, is going to be the next big thing. But Africa is going to be the next thing. It's going to be the next big thing if Africans learn to be one. If Africans learn to love one another. If it's not that, you know, it's going to be the same thing where we're going to move one step further and then you know, and then again push yourself another step back, you know, and then we're not gonna move anywhere. Other than that, Africa has a beautiful country. Africa has so much to explore. Africa is growing. People are saying it's the future. Okay, that's nice. But the most important thing, we need to start loving each other and then stop this hate, wars, violence, killings, xenophobia, and then vote people that we think they are going to make a difference. People who are going to work for the country, to unite the people, to make a change, not the people to create like a conflict and division between people, you know. So you guys, other than that, please pray for people in South Africa, pray for foreigners in South Africa, like pray to God so this ends. So hopefully African realize that we need to unite, and hopefully South Africans realize that we are all brothers and sisters. We are humans face. We are Africans. Second, you are brag, third, that we are one, like, and that we need to treat each other with love, respect, and dignity. That we need to welcome each other each other in our countries. That we need to love each other. So pray that these xenophobic aims that God hopefully whisper in South Africans' ears, and then so they're able to hear that this is not right, it's not fair, like it needs to stop. So other than that, just go ahead and do what you can. Maybe post on your page and say like enough is enough. So maybe the next person who has heard about it can hear about it and be aware about this thing that is happening, that's happening about for other people, because we all need to be treated with respect. Nobody deserves to be killed. We all deserve to live and then live our life to the fullest potential. So go ahead and say, post in your page and say like, stop with xenophobia, no to xenophobia, it's not accepted, and enough it's enough. And another thing, you guys, also don't be mad to all South Africans. It's not all South Africans who hate immigrants, who hate other Africans, who hate black people, or who hate foreigners. And matter of fact, they say the majority of South Africans are not even involved in this. It's just like a very small group of people who just who are don't have jobs, maybe who doesn't want to work, and who doesn't want to go to school and pursue education or acquire skills to improve their life, feels like threatening when they see other foreigners are doing their best to make their living, to make it happen. So it's not all South Africans. Just be aware on that, but also pray that these people who has this mentality of violence that stops. So yeah, go to your Facebook page or Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter and write stop with xenophobia, no to xenophobia, it's not accepted, enough, it's enough, one love Africa. We are one Africa, one black people. So just go say no to xenophobia, enough, it's enough. So yeah, thank you so much, and commenting down below your thoughts, what you think about all this issue that is going on. Other than that, I will catch you next time for another topic.